Hello again, everybody. This is you can consider it second or third introduction to the Royal Road to Liberty. This is basically explaining a little bit further what is the purpose of this channel. It should bring you a little more comfort. It should bring you a little bit more peace. Why? Because I'm certain that you've come to a point in your life of wanting to understand things, or that you understand a certain level of things, and now you just need confirmation. Perhaps another person of like-mindedness might be able to assist you in that, just as I have been assisted. I come to you to tell you that there are a lot of things that will happen. I'm sure you feel it, or think it, or dream it, or vision it, or know it. And that these things will be told to you throughout time, or rather throughout these videos or through the channel. You'll start to see a little bit more that some of the things that you've felt or saw or envisioned are not necessarily too radical or too bizarre, or rather that they might feel that way or they might seem that way. However, in our physical realm, in this earthly plane, we see things normally. But when you go into another level, you see things bizarre. You see things radical. You see things almost in the balance of chaos and peace. There's equilibrium between the two. It also seems as if though there is too many unanswered questions concerning politics around the whole world globally, making decisions, you would assume that a whole collected group would be able to identify that there's one main decision that needs to be made. Currently, one of those is, of course, race and health. I would consider that second one to be separate, however it is in connection with certain races also. There's really just one human race, and we all have things to take care of within ourselves and without ourselves. Within ourselves, of course, the cells in our body, the bones, the marrow, the blood, the veins, the nervous system, digestive system, skeletal system, excuse me. However, that part of health and that part of race, apparently some are able to say, well, if you're this race or that race, you don't have enough of this, or you have too much of that. Okay. The fact that somebody has to say that because of this race or that race, you have this and you don't have that, too much of this and too little of that, again, is a very small way of looking at things. Okay? We all harness the ability to be able to see, hear, think, speak, create. We all harness the ability to master oneself and the ability to speak or channel that which is spoken to us by a higher source. We all have that ability. And there's no reason to try to smother it, because it will come up and surface on its own. A lot of people will attempt to smother it with medicines or pills, or something that will almost inebriate them. Some others with concoctions. Some others simply with drugs, whether they're pharmaceutical or street. But you hold this ability, you have the capability, you have the power, the authority to be able to enter into that other realm. Like I said, some others will use certain things to help them get there. to help them remind them, or you remind them and show them things of the past so that it makes sense for what's going on right now and what will be of the future. It's not always easy to be able to explain these things to people. It's not always easy to be able to talk to your family, friends, associates, affiliates, co-workers, etc. You'll find that group. The universe, the cosmic, will eventually vibrate you towards that group. It will lift you up and bring you to that place, so long as you're open-hearted and open-minded. It's something that is very well needed nowadays. And if any type of religious group has told you to stop, not to do this or that, that's a sign from the universe or the cosmic to push you and help you leap into that, which the opposite is telling you not to do. It doesn't have to necessarily be a religious group. It could be a scientific group. Maybe a type of people that only believe in science. It could be atheists. It could be materialists. It could be all sorts of different types of people that'll tell you go this way, go that way. However, at the very end of the day, the cosmic is what will bring you what you need. Not every family member will be able to cooperate. Not every family member will be able to understand and see as you do. It's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. What it is that they just haven't come to the understanding that there is a higher cosmic consciousness, a God consciousness, a seat of the Most High, a place where all things have come. A lot of people will compare it to a Big Bang theory, which is totally fine, because when we create, when we speak, first in here and then in out there, we are causing quite the bang and quite the vibration. This is the song that has existed since the very beginning. It could create us or make us to dance, make us to create some art or music, some lyrics, poetry, words in the most fascinating combination to help us push through, drive us, or to help us sit in one position and do things from a sitting point. It depends on where you're at and what part of your life you're in. You'll be either the sitter or you'll be able to be the mover, the driving force. Okay? There's that unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. Okay? Now, depending on who you are, again, like I said, some of the things that I'm saying in this video, and you might be a little uneasy about my hand gestures and my facial features and perhaps the way that I appear or the vocal cords I'm using, the sound I'm using. You might be a little uneasy on it, but I promise you, just give it some time. Let it resonate with you. Because I'm sure you're stumbling upon this page because there's something that you know. It's difficult to explain to others. Like where you're from, besides just that one home you grew up in. Why you're back here. Why you're on this earthly plane to discover all of this, to see all this. Whether in the midst of chaos and peace. Why? So I advise you to just stick along with me for the next couple months, years, however long this will last for, because some things are coming, and I assure you that stumbling upon this page wasn't coincidence, but providence. Thank you.